It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 8 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be looking at whether Rick should have trusted Jadis. So, obviously, in the last episode, 806, we saw Rick going to the scavengers in order to make this deal with them for the second time, after he was basically betrayed once, shot at and everything, and after the scavengers killed some of his men, back when the Saviors and the junkyard community basically assaulted Alexandria. But we basically see Rick is back and he's still trying to make this deal with the scavengers. He even brings the Polaroids he took of the Savior outposts and the sanctuary in order to show the scavengers and Jadis that the Saviors are done, that there's no chance for them to come back, and basically giving them the chance to basically come to the winning side in a way. Now, one of the main reasons why Rick did this in the first place is because it was part of his plan. It was always his plan to go back to them. Because we do see in the intro of the last episode, he says, we're going to continue with the plan, and he says, I'm heading there, which he's basically referring to the junkyard community, and basically going to the heapsters or the scavengers and trying to make this deal with them. So this was always part of their plan. But that being said, they do need the scavengers because they lost a lot of the kingdom members. However, before the kingdom members were even killed, this was still part of Rick's plan. So even at the beginning, Rick had this plan to go to the scavengers. So I don't understand why Rick would trust them to this degree. I think that this is one of the parts in this season that I have the most problems with, because I feel like it stretches reality a little bit and they make Rick act out of character in order for him to be in a situation where he goes to the scavengers and gets captured. Because, they need him to be captured in order for the story they have to tell to move forward. And in my opinion, that's just bad writing and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It could also be a bit of miscalculation on Rick's part, and it definitely is, but at the same time, it's out of character for Rick, because we do know Rick is a calculated guy. He's somewhat of a good leader in terms of planning things according to, the knowledge he has. He hasn't done that always to the best of his abilities, and we saw that back when they attacked Negan's outpost the first time, back in Season 6. However, that being said, I feel like at this point, he has more kind of knowledge about the Saviors and the scavengers, and he could make more informed decisions. So in that sense, it's a bit of miscalculation on Rick's part, but also it's bad writing in my opinion. Now, I know Rick said in the last episode that his people know that he's going to the scavengers and trying to make this deal. That being said, what can his people do if Jadis and the scavengers just decide to kill him right then and there? Or end up doing what they did, which is basically putting him in a cell or basically capturing him. At this point, what can Rick's group do? They have to wait, and if Rick doesn't show up, they can basically just assault the scavengers, but the scavengers would have enough time to flee by that time. So I feel like this was a very bad decision on Rick's part, and it didn't make a lot of sense. And this is one of the main things I have a problem with in this season, how much inconsistency there is in terms of Rick specifically acting in character. But I want to know everybody's opinions about this. What do you think about Rick going to the scavengers and Jadis to make this deal? Do you think it was a good decision or not? And also, do you think that it was bad judgment on Rick's part and it's realistic? Or do you think it's bad writing? That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.